0-0-2.
She is at the top of the mountain. We're underway here, women's pro doubles.
And just to talk a little bit more about Simone Jardim, she has won 3 triple crowns out of 5 tournaments this year already, Drew. And the 2 she didn't win, they only had 2 events, so it wasn't possible.
She was actually upset in singles 6 days ago on Sunday by Irina Terashenko and Chad. She comes in here today with maybe a little chip on her shoulder.
Yeah, Simone Jardim definitely doesn't like to be beaten. She watches a lot of video, and she watches the matches that she loses in. She knows that she plays well when she wins, but when she loses, she wants to find out what went wrong. So definitely coming back in with something to prove. There was a little bit of talk after that loss in singles of, is she still at the top of her game? So yeah, she's going to come out. She's going to be aggressive herself, and she's definitely got something to prove.
Well, she just wasn't feeling well, so she finally showed us this week she's human, which is something we've all questioned.
How about Callie Smith? Big time forehand. Now second serve coming up.
And just to talk a bit about the Kovalova and Jardim partnership, in the tournaments that they played, 10 of them, they have not lost a tournament. What does that tell you about that duo?
Incredible.
2-1-1. Point. 2-1. 2-1-2.
And just a little bit wide that time from Lucy Kovalova. Callie Smith, very talented. Also sings, plays the piano. She cooks, she bakes. Tremendous also in the gym. Physical fitness is huge in her world, as you can tell.
And she started playing tournaments in 2018. She played her first U.S. Open in 2019 with Christine McGrath, making it all the way to the match just before the bronze and playing against PARENTEAU in Waters. And here she is in 2021 with PARENTEAU with the opportunity to win a championship.
That ball just caught the net from Catherine PARENTEAU. Lucy wasn't able to react fast enough, went over her head and landed in. So we, again, in the women's doubles final here, we're seeing both teams are stacking. Both Smith and Jardim like their forehands in the middle. But also PARENTEAU and Kovalova have unbelievably powerful two-handed backhands.
You say stacking. Explain that term.
Yeah, so stacking is, you'll see it on the odd scoring, where you're either, where we saw Smith and PARENTEAU switch either by a hand signal to keep Callie on the left and Catherine on the right, to keep Smith's forehand in the middle.
Second server.
Then on the serving side, that's where it's more noticeable, where you'll see them stack to one side of the court and then slide over after the serve.
I think we can see right away, Callie Smith isn't going to be looking to get into the long, deep rallies, Chad.
No, and she does an excellent job of, one, speeding the ball up, but two, staying in the point and staying short and compact once she hits that faster ball.
Good volley here, but Callie Smith can't put it over. Second serve coming up. PARENTEAU will do the honors.
And that's what Jardim and Kovalova are going to have to do. They're going to have to keep that ball down to the feet and keep that ball lower. We saw PARENTEAU with a very nice third shot drive right into Simone's body.
Nicely done by Callie Smith.
And not an easy shot. That was a great example of just an athletic move.
Yeah, and Callie actually has an unconventional ready position. She hit a inside-out forehand from above her head. But one thing as an aggressive player, you're always expecting your opponents to be aggressive as well, and that's what Smith did on that.
5-2
previous
lead
point.
here for Parentone and Smith. JARDIM and KOVALOVA now. Chance to get some of those points back.
Oh,
Point.
And Simone JARDIM, for those of you new to the sport of pickleball, once coached Catherine Parenteux at Michigan State, both Spartans. Simone was the head coach there, and then decided to leave East Lansing and concentrate on the sport primarily. Catherine Parenteux eventually would follow her. Both have had incredible success.
great success. Simone, obviously #1 from world pickleball rankings. Catherine Parenteux, #2. Chad, you could probably give us some insight. Just how difficult is it for these two players to play each other mentally?
Simone actually considers Catherine like a daughter. That's how close they are. Obviously, Catherine playing for Simone at Michigan State.
How about that? Lucy Kovalova right down the middle.
Says, take that. And Kovalova has been working on some strengthening conditioning. She's always been in tremendous shape, but she's like taking it up another level.
She wants to be the best, bar none. Oh,
And Chad, talking about Lucy Kovalova's shape, Simone Jargin's in the best shape of her life, as she has let us know. What kind of influences great friends off the court has she had in Lucy's conditioning?
They, obviously really good friends off the court. They spend a lot of time talking. It was early in 2020 when we first went into the quarantine lockdown that they both kind of decided to take that time to work on their conditioning, work on their overall health. And as you can see, they're both in excellent shape. Simone will tell you that she's in the best shape of her life at 41.
oh, did she get it?
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
And that really fired Simone up, who's got a lot of fire already.
I don't know. Callie Smith and Catherine Parenteux going to question that. Was that?
Oh, I think you got it. It's really a bit difficult to see. They're questioning, but
And they'll lay the paddles down. Will Smith and Parenteux and head over, call a timeout, because a point like that can change the momentum of a match for sure.
absolutely. And we talked about
Why are you getting so excited now?
I mean, fastest growing sport in the country right now. We are all in on pickleball. Franklin is, and we're just so excited to be here.
All right, thanks for being here. Let's check out the match.
JARDIM and Kovalova leading by 1. 6-5 here, game 1.
oh,
So we saw a really good job by all 4 players moving the ball around, not hitting the ball to the same spot twice. Smith
7-5-1.
potentially pulled the trigger a little bit earlier, but she also attacked that ball cross court, giving Judging a little bit more time to react and able to attacking it straight forward at Parenteux.
5 straight points now for JARDIM and Kovalova. Parenteux and Smith need a side out here and get a second serve. And again, 2 chances to score 2 side outs on each service possession for each team. Here in doubles in pickleball.
So I've actually seen Parenteux and Smith come out of the stack. You see them on different sides of the court than in the previous points.
it just went wide over Simone Jargin's shoulder. Parento just trying to float it, Chad, just a little bit above her where it'd be
Yes.
difficult for her to reach.
She missed that left shoulder of Simone, and Simone being able to get out of the way. That ball missing just deep.
Parento applying some pressure. It pays off there. So they'll get the serve back here. Trailing 5-8.
5-8-1.
Great hand battle there.
What a fantastic shot. There was an opening, not a big one created, and Callie Smith hit it perfectly.
Yeah, and she didn't have to do a whole lot, and that's the key to resetting that ball, getting that ball back. The ball was a little high. Kovalova did the right thing by being aggressive and attacking down on it, and Smith just put her paddle on the ball through finding the hole.
Parento and Smith getting a little love from the net.
7-8-1.
1 point game. And it's tied at 8. So back and forth we go here in this first game.
And you can feel a momentum shift here, Chad.
Timeout on this side.
That's a very good time for a timeout.
Welcome inside Zing Zang Championship Court. Callie Smith to serve. We're tied at 8, game 1.
Timing. 8-8-1.
Women's Pro Gold.
Point.
Oh, just wide.
This went wide.
Parento and Smith did an excellent job of resetting some of those aggressive balls by judging, dropping them down into the net, working their way from the baseline to the kitchen.
Second serve.
That 4 lead changes so far in this first game. Callie Smith right here, along with partner Catherine Parento. 1 up, and now make it 2 in game 1. Coming up.
10-8.
Oh, and just wide.
Got up.
Oh, their energy was flowing right there, wasn't it, Melissa?
It really was. You know, I'm kind of on the edge of my seat right now. This is a bit of a tense moment for me, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this match.
Back to that ball movement. Pushing it out wide, bringing it back to the middle.
Oh, strike Simone. So second serve coming up. You mentioned a tense moment. Also a tense moment, the watch parties around the country, including one at Hilton Head. Melissa, those are your peeps.
Those are my people. A shout out to Margaritaville and Hilton Head, South Carolina, having a watch party this evening. Hope you guys are all enjoying tonight's events. We're glad to have you here watching us.
Well, just long that time. So they pulled within 1. And remember, win by 2. Best 2 out of 3 games.
9-10-2.
So we saw a clash of paddles there. It's okay for
Oh, great point.
both partners' paddles to hit.
How about this?
And that is going to get this crowd on their feet. The court movement and those exchanges, Chad, how about that?
Yeah, and we had a really good reset. It floated up into the air. Smith wasn't able to get back fast enough and had to hit somewhat of an awkward overhead. But then Jing was able to apply the pressure, really be aggressive in.
If you haven't ever tried pickleball, pick up a paddle, take a ball. Chad Edwards will definitely show you how to get it done in Bonita Springs, right, Chad?
Absolutely. We've got 7 instructors that teach with us at Pickleball and Pickleball Academy in Bonita Springs, Catherine Parenteau being one of them, obviously Simone and myself.
Tied at 10.
See the power of Callie Smith. She chose the right ball to speed up. She sped it up into Jardim's body, but she's so short and compact with her swing that generates so much power. And we see all 4 ladies with the movement on the court, tracking that ball, tracking the positioning with the hips and with the paddle, also down in that athletic stance. Weight on the balls of the feet, chest and chin over the toes.
Moving side to side and in sync, trying to keep those spaces from opening up on the court, Chad.
Yeah, a lot of the time they're mirroring each other across the net, but people liken it to dancing.
Callie Smith saying to Lucy Kovalova, not today.
Yeah, once Callie gets a ball up, it's very, very tough to get that ball back. She hits down and she hits down hard.
Game point. Oh, that's just out. So Callie Smith, Catherine Parenteau, 12-10 over the favorite JARDIM.
It on Callie Smith, driving some balls into the body, getting aggressive, getting those balls to pop up and finish. JARDIM and Kovalova are going to have to move that ball around a little bit more.
Point.
Into the net, first point to JARDIM and Kovalova. If you're just joining us, we're part of history tonight. Every sport takes steps, Melissa, and this one a big one for the pickleball community tonight. First time ever live on network TV.
Absolutely, and the first time that we were on CBS Network was in 2016, 2017, 18, and 19, but all recorded, produced, and shown at a later time. So I know the pickleball world is super, super excited to be seeing this live for the first time.
These players are not disappointing.
No, they're not.
Wow.
And that point right there showed us, guys, just why these ladies are the top 4 women in the country, according to World Pickleball Rankings.
Yeah, the ability to speed that ball up, but also to reset it, to play defense, drop it back into the kitchen, keeps you into the point. No point is ever done.
Second service.
And now second serve coming up for Callie Smith. Tied at 1 here, game 2.
Cut out.
Going to be a side out here for JARDIM and Kovalova.
We're definitely seeing a lot more
1-1-1.
third shot drives from Smith and Parenteau. The third shot being the serve is the first, the return the second. It's the shot that we hit off of that return.
We did see Parenteau and Smith defeat JARDIM and Kovalova in Newport Beach, but it was on the road to a championship. Simone and Lucy eventually came back, rebounded, and took the championship.
They did in a tiebreaker 15-11. So another score tonight, Drew, looking to be settled.
Second serve.
Catherine Parenteau, great personality, great player. Had a chance to meet her bulldog, Zoe, the other day.
Oh, yeah, I remember that interview here on Zing Zang Championship Court. Zoe is the central of Parenteau's life there. Super proud of that dog.
1-2-1.
Yeah, absolutely. Catherine and Athena got Zoe back in May of 2020, or April of 2020.
Second serve.
This one just a little short. Parenteau and Smith trailing here. Game 2, 2-1.
1-2-2.
Oh, what hands by Simone, but just too much Cantley.
Yeah, see, right there we see the aggression, the power from both Parenteau and Smith. Driving that ball into the body, getting the ball to pop up, and just keeping their foot on the throttle, going hard and going fast.
Ernie time.
And what great anticipation. Not an easy shot to make. Catherine Parenteau putting some athleticism on display.
Yeah, Parenteau's hit a couple of balls back behind Jean right there. She actually hit inside out. Forehand changed the direction. And then once that ball was behind Simone, that was the time to go for that Ernie.
Simone trying to finish the point, but look at that defense.
And Callie Smith and Catherine Parenteau doing a great job there, Chad, showing what it's like to make a move through the transition zone, getting yourself back to the kitchen line.
Yeah, and typically we see the transition after that third shot. You know, we don't have to rush up to the kitchen line.
Oh,
Judging and Kovalova potentially need to take a timeout right here.
Yeah, I think I can hear Callie Smith's fans from Utah all the way here in Florida. She has got a huge following out there, as we saw Drew in St. George at Red Rock.
yeah, she is blazing away right now. And Simone answers, much needed point.
One thing with the ability to defend, the ability to get that ball back one more time, it puts the pressure on your opponent to go harder and harder. So Smith and Parenteau have been able to, one, not only defend, but two, counterattack, attack, be aggressive right there. And they're really putting the pressure on Judging and Kovalova right now.
It's like they've got their foot on the gas and they're not letting it off.
Point.
And that's where they need to stay. They can't let Judging and Kovalova back into this.
Yes. 3-5-2.
On the other side, Judging and Kovalova are going to try to slow this game down a little bit. We see that transition that you were talking about, Melissa.
Oh, Lucy hit
Working
it on
our,
that.
working our way through the court from the baseline to the kitchen. Unforced error by Kovalova there.
And now Lucy Kovalova says, "Not today," which is her signature statement that we all know and love.
5-3-2. Side out.
So another point. Another side out coming up here for JARDIM and Kovalova. So the pressure's starting to build, and nobody is better under pressure than Simone JARDIM. Let's see how she responds.
Saw her get a little frustrated with herself earlier on in game two, missing a couple of balls.
These matches can go extremely quickly as well. So if you have a mistake, it is critical. You put it behind you and move on.
Yeah, that's going long. And you can feel, Chad, just what you said, where Lucy Kovalova and Simone JARDIM are slowing this game down, trying to get this game under control so that they can determine.
Yeah, they're bringing it back to the pace that they want to play at, rather than trying to play that faster game that Smith and Parenteau are playing. Usually, the aggressive team. They want you to be aggressive back to them. That's what they want. They want those fast exchanges.
And they're just executing masterfully. And this is a great example of what two true champions look like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, playing at different speeds, playing with different strategies, what they've started to do is move Smith around. It becomes more difficult to hit that ball hard when your feet are moving.
Oh,
And there we go. She just lost her patience, Callie Smith.
Yeah, Callie wants to speed that ball up. So by moving her around, by keeping that ball low, getting it down to the feet, it's very difficult for that aggressive player to the Durafast 40.
Durafast.
So the 40 being the number of holes that they have in the ball, the difference between an outdoor ball and an indoor ball. The indoor ball, I believe, has 26 holes. The outdoor ball has 40. It's heavier, allows for the weather to affect the ball less.
Oh, nicely done by Catherine Parenteau. I mentioned the balls, guys. You look at the players, of course, all the labels, the vendors, the big-time sponsors. I'm learning my equipment, different paddles, shoes, hats, everything, Melissa.
I know you're getting addicted to the game, just like the rest of us. Just face it.
I'm hooked.
And we are glad you are, Drew.
That was an excellent drive by Lucy Kovalova right there. Caught Parenteau a little off guard, but she also hit that vulnerable area. The paddle side hip to armpit
Side out.
is difficult. Judging a little disappointed with herself. I think the grip on her paddle is getting a little wet from the amount of sweat
Yeah,
and humidity.
it is a humid night here tonight. It certainly has cooled off, but there's no breeze like we had earlier in the day, and it's just really still down here.
Yeah, the wind is almost non-existent compared to the 20-mile-an-hour winds that we had earlier in the day.
Nicely done, Simone Jardim.
So we saw after that timeout, Smith and Parenteau came out and went out of the stack onto the other side of the court. Just to give it a different look, Smith actually had 4 or 5 unforced errors before that timeout. They've now come out, got a quick side out, scored a point right here.
Back within 1. Oh, just skimmed across and then landed out. We're tied at 7.
Yeah. And let's talk about the mental toughness as well and the physical toughness. These ladies started at 9:30 this morning. It is 8:42 playing mixed pro doubles.
Got to be physically and even mentally exhausted after the day is done.
But they're not showing any of that here tonight.
Oh, Callie Smith again wins that exchange. Another lead change.
Smith actually did a really smart thing on that last ball. She was aggressive with it, but she changed the pace. And we're definitely going to see more coaches coming into it. It is difficult to see the adjustments that you need to make while you're in the middle of playing. So that's where the coach comes into it.
Up to 9-7. Crowd a little shocked here. Could have a major upset here tonight.
Well,
And that goes over. And here, guys, we are right here at championship point. And you could cut the tension with a knife right now.
Oh, they needed that. So side out back to JARDIM and KOVALOVA, breathing a sigh of relief momentarily here.
7-1.
Big time shot by Simone.
Yeah, right in her wheelhouse.
Yeah, she made the adjustment from that previous two-hander that she missed into the top of the net. She stayed shorter with her swing, made contact out in front, really ripped that into the body of Callie Smith. All four ladies moving the ball around the court really well.
Huge pressure here. Now Smith and KOVALOVA exchanging. Another hand fight. Oh, into the net goes KOVALOVA.
And you could see what Callie Smith was trying to do each time there. Trying to speed the ball up. She doesn't want to stay into those slow rallies.
10-2.
Yeah, definitely, and that is her strength.
Oh, just wide, Simone.
And she's going to appeal to the referee, Gail Scavangelli. And Gail didn't see it.
Now, rarely is a call like that overturned that is made by a player.
10-1.
And now 2 opportunities. Couple championship points here for Parenteau and Smith. There's one of them.
Yeah, and she went to a second drive.
Yeah, and JP and KOVALOVA know that Parenteau and Smith are going to be aggressive, more than likely going to drive that third shot. Just going to try to keep that ball down.
Oh. Crowd on the edge of their seat here in Naples.
And there it is. We have a new U.S. Open Pickleball Championships Women's